Are we back? Are we back?
We're back.
We're back. Welcome back to the motherfucking
Jagaloons!
How you doing, bud?
Andrew,
how are you? Andrew, hello, how are you? Andrew.
Not too bad. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. You got a drink yourself?
I got a drink.
You got a drink?
Not a drinky poo, but
I mean, it's gonna be bad luck for you, but I'll cheers it.
just if it's water. How's that going?
It's not that bad.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had a lactose-free vanilla coffee stout with oat milk yesterday, and that was probably the worst alcoholic beverage I've ever drank in my entire
Sounds
life.
like it. Yeah.
I didn't order it. It was free at the open mic I was at.
Why? Probably because I couldn't get rid of it.
No, it's the host, bless her soul, she's always trying. She gets like
She
nice.
brewed it?
Huh?
It was like a microbrew thing?
Nah.
Oh.
What are you talking about? Oh, maybe. I don't know. It was like a nice box. It wasn't like
I thought you were saying she brewed it.
Oh, no. No, she brought it. She bought it.
She brought it. Bought it.
She brewed it.
She brewed it.
She brewed it. But yeah, bless her soul. She always tries to get something nice for the folks that come out. It's free beer.
Yeah.
But she gets.
I mean, that's nice.
She'll get like holiday drinks though, like ciders, like pumpkin ciders and stuff like that. And
that's good.
Not quite my jazz. She'll mix that with like a little cerveza. She'll get like just a Mexican beer.
Okay.
And
a literal cerveza.
Yeah. And I get a little. I'll have one of the cervezas if I have access to them. Yeah.
If you're not forced the lactose-free vanilla oat milk stout.
Yeah, but when there's only one beer left and it's the lactose-free oat milk vanilla coffee beer,
I mean, you gotta have a beer.
I gotta have a beer in my hand.
Yeah.
That's been good.
Were you drinking it like while performing?
I actually, this was the first time I ever.
Just like,
No, not to stop, but this was the first time I ever took a sip of a beer while I was performing because I had to make a conscious note of it. And I sent you guys that set I did last night. I actually I was like, I went into it. I'll be quick about this because I've been spending a lot of time talking about my sets that don't all be talked about. But this one was specific because I went into it last night. I'm watching a lot of Sam Hyde, and I was just like, I'm gonna be a little bit wacky.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be I'm gonna be a bit goofy tonight. And I went in and I was like, oh yeah, I was wacky. That's fine. Like that, I think that was kind of funny. And then I listened back to the recording. I just sound like an
Jagaloons!
It's just like I just sound like a
Jagaloons!
you guys.
Were you doing that voice?
I didn't intentionally try to go that high. I didn't do like New York voice, but
that's what you sent.
But I was like, you guys, yeah, because
I'll have to listen to that.
It's something, and then I don't know. Listening back to it, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm cut out for that.
I mean,
persona, but
it was the first time trying it.
I was just being a little wacky.
Yeah, a little goofy.
For the one time, a little goofy and wacky. You start a timer?
Oh, no.
But I was just being a little goofy and wacky for the one time. I was okay with it. Some people said it was funny. Other people were like, what did you think about your set tonight? And I was just like, I don't care.
People who had seen you perform before?
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing that same 5 minutes. I realized I came to the conclusion I just kind of don't like any jokes in that 5. But
so is it set you've done, but you just changed it?
Yeah, I've been doing it for like the past week and a half. I've been just trying to change it little by little and try to memorize it. But
goof it up a little bit?
Yeah, dude, I have this joke that I fucking love that no one laughs at because it's just way over. It's too genius for people. But I'm like talking about how I diagnosed myself as an overthinker. And I was talking to a friend and they were like, did you research it at all? Like, how do you know? And I was like, research? In order to do that, I would have had to search it a first time. So no. And that joke is so funny.
Yeah.
It's just play on words. Obviously, research is not what research is. But I think that joke is great. And I've told it 4 times now, and it's dead silence every single time.
It's
just way over people's head. Yeah.
It's just too high intellectual.
I'm just too genius, honestly, for this shit, dude. It's like when I told a joke where I was like, I'm gay, is what I would say if I was totally straight. And then I was like, a lot of you guys rooted for me when I said I was gay with complete neglect as to whether I was a self-loathing gay or not, which I find very offensive as a gay man, is what I would say if I was straight as hell. And just way over people's head, dude. Anyways, I tried to be a little bit wacky last night, and I got off stage, and one of my friends was like, You've been watching a lot of Sam Hyde recently, haven't you? And I was just like, oh, guilty as charged.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. I watched I've seen skits from World Peace. Do you know what World Peace is?
Yeah.
I've seen skits from it, but I never watched all of it. It's only 6 episodes, one season, 10 minutes, like 11 minutes each episode. You can watch it in like less than an hour and a half. But I just crushed it the other night, and it's so good.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
No, I haven't.
Dude, I'll send you the link. It's just like a link they probably posted on a random website because, Adult Swim can't track it back to them. But yeah, it's so good.
I'm almost done with season 1 now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know who wins?
No, I think I had been told at one point, like.
Yeah, I won't say anything.
You probably like when we were like watching through it. I don't think we were able to finish it.
We should. Do you have time to watch an episode or 2 of World Peace after this? Or you got to get ready to get going?
We'll see.
All right, we'll see. But yeah, other than that, dude, hot news, dude. Did you see what Young Thug? They're saying Young Thug's Twitter account was hacked.
No.
So you know about in his court case, he asked for special permission. They told him he cannot speak to anyone from the YSL RICO case. Okay. And he specifically asked to talk to like some other guy in Gunna because he wants to make music with Gunna.
Sure.
They said it in court.
Yeah.
And someone, I don't know if it was Young Thug, it's a since deleted tweet, tweeted at Gunna and said, like, stop acting like we're friends. Like, yeah, stop talking like we're friends. I don't know you.
Huh.
And then it got deleted.
Interesting.
So people are hoping that that his account was
hacked,
but that doesn't make much sense to me.
You think he tweeted it?
Yeah.
Why would he tweet it?
I don't know. That's the thing. I wouldn't. If he hadn't asked for consent in court to make music with the Gunna, I don't know why he would tweet that. I mean, if he hadn't asked, then it would make sense.
Did he get the permission?
Yeah.
To make music with, like to see him?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and then that tweet, he just tweets that off his account, and it's like, I mean, I don't know if he tweeted it, but it got deleted immediately, basically. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
It's weird. That's what's in the
real
news
conspiracy.
Today, yeah.
So what's his exact thing? Like he's out. He's on like parole?
Yeah, he has probation for 15 years.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's gonna get caught eventually.
Yeah, he's gonna fail one drug test.
Yeah, he's gonna fail like a drug. He's gonna smoke a blunt.
He's gonna fail every drug test.
He's gonna smoke a blunt, and it's gonna somehow people are gonna figure out, and they're gonna drug test him. And he's gonna fail.
Well, it'll be on. The first time he does it, a picture, video will go somewhere.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just I just want to get some music before he.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's good at music anymore, dude. He might not even be good at music anymore. I mean, Young Thug got really hit or miss towards before. I mean, the last So Much Fun was nice. I think that was like his best. I don't know if you listened to him extensively, but So Much Fun was nice album. That shit was great. And then, but before that, there was a long slump where like he literally didn't release one good song.
Yeah.
Other than like Wyclef Jean off that one album where he's wearing the dress. That's like the only song. And then, but the early Thug, like 1017 Thug, like his mixtapes for when he was signed to Gucci, those are the best, dude.
Yeah.
Those are just some of the most peak music of all time, dude.
Unintelligible sometimes.
Yeah, it's so good.
So good, yeah.
So good.
Well, yeah, let's hope he gets back to that.
Yeah, I'm hoping he is too, dude. Maybe it'll be even better, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he has some shit to talk about now.
Well, yeah, so far, the whole people being out and making music again is not really working out. Gucci was like okay for like a second when he came out, and now it's done.
Well, to be honest,
and then fucking Shmurda.
Dude, Shmurda's not even real, but Gucci had a little. He kind of was hotter than ever when he came out.
Yeah, for a minute.
And by hotter, I don't mean like feels like medicine. And by hotter, I don't mean like bigger. I mean like good, actually good at making music. Made some good songs. But yeah, what else? Let me see what's on X, trending on X. What's going on with these soccer games? Why are there so many soccer games going on right now?
What do you mean?
I just feel like there's so many soccer games going on. I guess.
I mean, that's kind of what they've been talking about. Like they don't want to play this much. It's ruining them. You know, I think like there was some statistic where it's like it's the most season-ending injuries for like top-level players that they've ever recorded.
I saw Eder Militao he tore his ACL again.
Yeah, Rodri's out.
What? Was he out before?
He's been out, yeah, for like a couple weeks now. But yeah, Matthias Tell at Bayern, his ACL's torn. What's his name? Carvajal, he's out with an ACL.
Good.
Yeah, kinda.
No,
Did
it's not good. That's mean, but
Did you see his? Oh my God, I gotta find the picture of that. That is the most insane.
Who the hell is Nick Fuentes? Who is that? Nick Fuentes.
Look at this. Ready?
Kicked him right in the balls?
Watch.
Oh, God.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Watch.
For the viewers at home, I've stopped putting these videos in, but for the viewers at home, you could look it up. He kicked a man straight in the gooch.
That's his knee.
Yeah, he kicked a man straight in the gooch, and his knee
is bending the wrong way.
Yeah, like a 90-degree angle, the opposite direction.
Opa.
Looking like some guy named Nick Fuentes, who's like a far-right live streamer. Apparently tweeted, people are upset. They're in an uproar because he tweeted "Your body, my choice, forever."
Your body, my choice, forever.
Yeah, he tweeted "Your body." Nick Fuentes. He said, "Your body, my choice, forever."
Who is he?
He's apparently like a far-right pundit and live streamer. He's just some dude who posts.
Just a guy.
Some guy who talks and people like him and other people hate him.
Just a guy.
Seems like a funny guy. I mean,
I think I've seen this guy.
Because how many TikToks have you seen in the last 48 hours of women crying and filming themselves crying? They're crying and they go, and then they film themselves to sad music.
I mean, I'm not gonna say he's a good guy.
Yeah, no, I'm not either.
But right here, he has a point. He's got a point.
I mean,
right there.
I'm sure he has points about many things.
I'm sure he's got a couple points.
Yeah. He doesn't seem like a great guy.
Your body, my choice is. I mean, if he's kidding, that's hilarious. If he's dead serious with a zero smirkage on his face.
Yeah. Seems like this guy just wants to be Tucker Carlson real bad.
Yeah. Like Tucker Carlson, but a little bit more edge.
Tucker Carlson's kind of cool now.
Tucker Carlson's the man.
Yeah.
Tucker Carlson is the man, dude.
Since he got fired, he's like, fuck it.
Dude, speaking of Sam Hyde, Sam Hyde was talking on his podcast 2 weeks ago that he hit up Tucker Carlson and asked him to interview him. asked
Tucker Carlson to interview Sam?
Yeah. So he went to his house and had dinner with him. And
Tucker Carlson came over?
No, Sam went to Tucker Carlson's and they had dinner together or something. I don't know. It's some wild stuff. Dude, I found out, I was looking into what the whole controversy with Sam is. Do you know what it's all about, really?
I know the gist. I know people tried to make it out. He was a mass shooter for a while.
Yeah, that's different. That's afterwards. That was 4chan people just trolling him.
Yeah, it was just, the whole what's it called got canceled? The sketch show?
That was because, the neo-Nazi stuff.
Yeah.
So I looked into that yesterday, and it's not good, but it's also not he's not a neo-Nazi, you know what I mean? But he's not a neo-Nazi, but it isn't a good look either. But it's also not that serious of a look. I digress. What happened was this guy was a internet troll, and he was he'd make racist memes and post them on 4chan, and then people would go ape shit, and they'd troll real politicians with pictures of them fucking animals and stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of his meme subject was just politicians doing something and it was
to
racist.
Animals?
Yeah, or just something racist, something bad.
Right.
And basically he had several court cases for that. I think the guy's actually on the run still to this day. But he had several court cases
just from making some memes?
Basically for making memes. Yeah, his memes, spread.
But they were like
and
Photoshop stuff.
Yeah, it was like Photoshop stuff, and then like the people would take the memes and like really try to fuck with politicians about
It's
it.
not his fault.
True, yeah. It's a good point. You know what, Andrew? That's a very good point. But basically, I'm not defending the guy either. He's pretty wild.
I'm sure.
I think if I was doing what he did, I'd realize there's repercussions.
I'm sure he's not a great guy. I'm just saying, at this point, it doesn't seem like anything he's doing is criminal.
Doesn't seem criminal, no. But yeah, he had several court cases basically for making memes from like 2017 to 2022, and basically one of his court cases for making memes, Sam Hyde donated $5,000 to his court funds. To his lawyer fees, but the way they've backed out on it was that it's like basically it was a plan for Sam to troll like just like super left liberal women, just like fuck with them. So I don't know. There's a little bit of wrongness and who should careness. You know what I mean? Who actually caresness.
Yeah.
But I thought that was interesting. I had never really looked into it. I still don't think it's fair to cancel him, but I think it is still a bit outlandish. But I mean, Sam is that guy. He's that type of person who's like, I will say whatever. Yeah, anyone who says if it's really a joke and is just trolling, there shouldn't be criminal repercussions.
And
really.
I mean, it's like, I don't know. At this point, I think who he is and like his style of comedy, he was always gonna kind of be narrowed down to the niche that he's in now. And like whether it was from like a giant cancellation or not, it would have happened anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he was never.
I think he's fine.
Yeah, he was never going to be the poster child for anything.
No.
But other than
other than what he is,
yeah, neo-Nazi and school shooters. But
which I think he's embraced.
Yeah, he went to RISD, and he also Rhode Island School of Design, and he went to Carnegie Mellon before that. He is a very smart person.
I'm sure. Yeah. He's a very large person.
He reminds me very large. He's always tall, but he wasn't always that big. He's famously had crazy transitions. Still a man, but he's in different transitions. Transformations is the right word. He reminds me basically if like Pablo was like a tall white guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Even his intelligence level is like the way he sees the world is similar to that of Pablo's, but it's just from the perspective of a tall white guy.
It's just like the level of intelligence has made him slightly pessimistic.
Yeah, he was also rich as a kid.
Yeah, that kind of tracks.
Yeah,
with who he is.
yeah, but
oh my God, I watched the episode where they told Simon about being canceled, and he just spiraled out of control so quickly.
That doesn't even do it justice. The episode doesn't even do justice to. I watched that in real time on the live stream, and he was.
Well, you can see the levels of like destruction and just chaos that was caused that they don't show.
When he starts calling everybody a cracker in the TTS, it's pretty wild, dude. He was going insane. Yeah, it's funny that dude Simon is a well-known comedian in Austin.
Really?
He's been on Kill Tony.
That?
He's been on Kill Tony.
Before that?
Yeah. He's been on Kill Tony before. I think twice. It was crazy because I watched Fishtank and then I was watching Kill Tony like a year later and he just pops up. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. It's funny though. He's crazy, dude.
Yeah, he's interesting.
Simon looks insane, dude. But yeah, what else, dude? Let me see what else is trending on X. All right, Nick Fuentes, we got past that. What's this? It says Pussy?
Guess we're not getting an update today.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Who's this Simpson Pussy guy? On Man City, dude.
Simpson Pussy? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, he's interesting.
It's trending right now on Twitter. He's playing with Pussy.
You know, today they just lost their 4th straight game.
It says, wow, Pedro, when he sees Simpson Pussy. What the fuck is this? Oh, yeah, it's this. I've seen this picture.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Something wrong with the pussy. What did you say?
They're bad. Man City's bad.
Yeah.
They just lost their 4th straight game.
No kidding, dude.
Yeah.
Watch
First time that's ever happened under Pep's little thing.
Watch him fire Pep.
They might.
No, they shouldn't. That's ridiculous.
He should retire. He should have retired
Speaking
after
of
last
not
season.
bad, dude, Barcelona is fire this year.
Yeah, Hansi Flick, man.
Hansi Flick
That's
is.
literally the only change. Like, they weren't able to sign anybody.
Yeah.
They don't have the capacity.
We did not have the capacity.
They couldn't. They literally had no money. They signed Danny Olmo, but he's barely done anything.
Yeah.
He's had
They're
some
nice.
good games, but
Two things I've been missing a lot of that I want to make sure I watch is more Barcelona games this year, and I want to watch Lamar Jackson play every single time.
yeah, that was a tough one.
Yeah, as a Bengals fan, I bet.
Yeah.
I want to bet. Wait, no, that was a different one. Never mind. Sorry.
I don't even know why go for 2. Like, I understand why. But
I didn't
why?
watch the game.
They literally they scored with like a second left.
They lost by 1 point,
Yeah,
right?
they went for 2 and they didn't get it. The Bengals.
Really? They
Yeah,
tried to win.
Yeah, they scored 34-35. They could have kicked the extra point, gone to overtime. They went for 2 and they didn't get it.
Were the Ravens going to get the ball if
What?
it went to overtime, or was it a coin toss?
I don't know.
I don't know how that stuff works.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because if the Ravens were going to get the ball, maybe that was the only choice. But I don't know.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah,
gotta
that's tough.
start watching Lamar play though.
It's
'cause
crazy,
He is
like-
a madman.
They're 4-6 right now, and Joe Burrow and what's his name, Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, I saw their stats together.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
rest of the team just sucks. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, I don't
The
think
rest
their
of the team
defense
is-
is doing too well.
Those two are it's just 2 players on the Bengals.
Yeah,
It's like the only 2
that's
guys.
all you need is a
that-
quarterback and a wide
really
receiver.
true, yeah. But I mean, God, maybe
Well,
an
to
offensive
score.
lineman to help.
Yeah,
It's not
and a
NFL Street.
defense. Yeah,
It's not NFL Street. You don't just need one of each position.
Yeah.
One offensive lineman, one
it'd be
defensive
nice.
back.
It'd be nice.
One wide
Bengals would be
receiver.
the best in the league if that
Dude,
was
that
the case.
would be so cool if they did like a NFL Street themed like league with just
Yeah.
like one, like 2 wide receivers.
We'll get there at some point in society.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Um,
Once we get the
NFL
superhuman serum.
NFL Street is so good, dude.
Yeah, all of the
So
street
good.
games, even
NFL
FIFA
Street-
Street.
Yeah,
FIFA Street's
Street's great. FIFA
Yeah.
Street, I'll be honest. I went back and played. After playing the PS3 version of FIFA Street, it's like hard to go back and play Street 1 and 2 because there's no fouls.
Yeah.
And it's the most frustrating thing in the world to play like against computer on hard with no fouls.
yeah.
It's
Impossible. Yeah.
it's the same reason I have criticism over certain FIFAs. This is supposed to be a simulation of real life. And it's clearly defected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't understand how you can even make the game. And this is just me getting out my anger. But I don't even understand how you can go through with making the game if it's supposed to be a pure simulation of real life. And there's things that are ridiculous. Like in FIFA, in real life, your hand can't be past the last defender. Or no, in real life, your hand can be past the last defender, I think. One or the other.
I don't know what the rule is now. Yeah.
Basically, one or the other. It was like your hand could, and in FIFA, it was the opposite. Like I think your hand could be past the defender in FIFA, and in real life, it can't be. Like how?
Well, at the same time, like they do want to make it as realistic as possible, but they also want to make it fun. And like for fun, a FIFA game is like making it easier to score and like faster paced.
Yeah, or just like make a 5'5" woman be able to like shake off Van Dyke.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous. It's insane.
No, it's so they're doing something right now where everybody gets like a 20-day or like 10-day loan of a 95 rated plus player, and everybody chooses Mbappe. So everybody, like I got him.
Yeah.
So I'm playing with 95 rated Mbappe. That's great, but so is everybody else I'm coming up against.
Yeah.
And it's just stupid. It's like,
quite
why do these
frustrating.
things?
It's quite frustrating.
Makes no sense.
Is the interface for 25 like the same as 24?
What do you mean the interface?
The
menus?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, they
The
just
gameplay I like a little better than 24, but it's still, I think, not. It's better than some FIFAs, but not as good as the best FIFAs.
Dude, you got to get on Red Dead 2 with us on online.
I know. I don't have. Yeah.
Have you gotten through you gotten through the intro stuff, right?
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
some money
yeah.
and shit. Yeah, we gotta all hop in the night. That sounds Great. Well, you're busy tonight. Where are you going? What are you doing tonight?
I got a nephew in town.
Oh, a nephew in town. Yeah, you told me. Well, all right. Shoot, man. What else? I work every day this week.
Same.
Every single day. I started working today. I work till next Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to plan some Thanksgiving stuff because it's the first time I'm gonna be doing that. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What do you? What can I want to cook. I want to bring something.
Yeah,
what
yeah. I think I'm just gonna do honey baked ham. Does a turkey. And it's just like you get it, you put it in the freezer, you thaw it for like 2 days before, and then you just cook it for like 4 hours that day.
I'm gonna make some. I'll make some like
the
fried
sides,
chicken or something.
Yeah.
Because Rob can't eat ham. Rob can't eat pork.
Turkey?
You said honey baked ham.
I know, but get it the turkey from there. They
Oh,
do
okay,
turkeys.
okay.
Yeah,
I
no,
smell you. I smell you.
Yeah. But I want to make all the sides myself, like sweet potatoes, mac and cheese, stuff. I mean, stuffing is just gonna be bought. But
yeah.
Yeah. There's also a place down in like Inglewood called Dulon's. That's really good soul food. I might try to get like a sweet potato pie from them, or maybe some like chicken.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can make whatever, dude. I've made like full on. I've made like 7, 8 course.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving dinners the
I know.
past 2 years.
I'm probably not gonna do that much.
Yeah,
but,
that's fine. I'll do a couple things, dude.
I want to get like obviously turkey, then like 5 sides ish.
Yeah.
A little dessert.
Oh, dude, UFC tonight.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, let me see. Let me see what's going on. Let me see who's fighting. Carlos Prates, dude. This guy, Carlos Prates, he like smokes and drinks out of the bottle like directly after winning.
Yeah, smokes just like a stogie or?
Yeah, no, like cigarettes. Yeah. They'll finish the last round and he'll just start smoking a cigarette like right there.
In the octagon?
Not in the octagon, but when he was doing Muay Thai in Thailand.
Mm.
I think that was when he was doing it. Yeah, he's sick. He's a Brazilian guy. He fights tonight. Let me see. 4. You'll probably be. Yeah, you'll probably be gone by the time that goes on. But the main card starts at 4. If you got a second to bull, we should reap one of those. But yeah, what else? What's up with you? What's new with you? How's work been?
It's been all right. It's just it's like, I don't know. Everything's like the same, so that's nice. Like it's kind of easy, but because everything, like nothing has changed since the last season, like they didn't give us a lot of time to prep.
Mm-hmm.
And so there is still stuff to do. And that I was in the car on, what was it? Thursday. I left work at 3:00. I had to go drop off hair on the south side.
Hair?
Yeah, fucking hair extensions.
Oh my gosh.
I had to go then from the south side to like Sawtell, which is like right off the 405 by like Santa Monica, to pick up 1 bottle of wine. And then
Must have been some good wine.
I got to go home after that. And I drove on the 405 up to the valley to get home. And I got home at like 6:15. I was driving in LA traffic for 3 hours plus. And I drove a total of 30 miles. Took me 3 hours to drive 30 miles.
Yeah, dude, the worst driving day I ever had in LA. I had a friend from Indiana in town, and he like won free passes to like this sync con. It's like a whole convention about sync licensing for music and artists. Yeah, and he like won 2 free passes, and one of his friends couldn't go, so he invited me. So I went, and he was by LAX. SyncCon was in Inglewood. And then I had to drive home. I stayed up all night.
Where was it?
It was. What do you mean? Where was it? It was in Inglewood.
I know, but like.
Oh, it was some university.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd never even seen it, but it was at some university or high school or something like that. And
yeah, that's how far I was away. By the fucking Forum.
Yeah, that's fucking insane. The Kia boys just need to take over the Kia Forum. They really make their mark finally as the true Kia boys.
Yeah, I don't know why they haven't at this point.
Yeah, just bust the window.
Yeah.
Fucking
Just take over.
stick a hard drive in the key in the circuit board. I don't know, motherboard, power board. Anyways, yeah, I drove all the way to LAX, then to Inglewood, and then I drove home at 5 o'clock traffic on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And I think it was probably about 3 hours. 3 hours driving.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Oh, by the way, the whole time I was like, oh, really, really bad. Like depression. I was like, well, my depression was like, that's probably the worst day I've ever had.
Yeah.
Since living in California. It was like bad. Like I was like, I was driving on the way home like, yeah, I should probably just figure this out. Get it done.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably the worst place to be when you're depressed is in LA traffic.
So bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Because it's just frustrating and you have nothing but your own thoughts.
Oh, not just that, but it's like you're directly exposed to other humanity, which makes you even less emphasized to be like, or not emphasized, but it makes you less enthusiastic to be alive.
Yeah.
You're like, these are people doing better than me. That person's driving a brand new BMW and they fucking don't even use a turn signal. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets rough. It gets rough sometimes. I've gotten a lot better since then. That was like peak sadness, I think. I had a bad first year when I was here, when I first moved here, but it's picked up since then. It's picked up a lot since I started doing comedy because I'm not just like in my room doing nothing.
For sure.
Even when I bomb, like that feels terrible, but at least I'm not like in my room sulking. Not literally crying, but like very fucked up. Like just being a bitch, basically. Just being like, oh my God, like what am I going to do about it? You know what I mean? Am I even talented? Do I have it's like, shut up, dude. Do something.
Exactly.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Other than something. Yeah. Dude, today would have been, I'll tell you what, today would have been a good day to get in the pool.
I know, yeah. We will at some point. It's up and it's all good. It's all good now.
Yeah. It would have been hot. It was like 80 degrees today.
Today?
Yeah.
I haven't been outside.
Brother, it was a nice day.
Yeah.
I'll have to schmirk a derb after this. What's our timer looking like?
We're at 30.
All right. We're really not going to get a video from Jack?
I don't think so. He's at an early dinner.
I'm going to message him again. What else, dude? I tried looking at like Reddit and stuff for topics. When we get our stuff set up, dude, I want to get a TV behind us in that room, or a screen behind us in that room, so we can Google shit and like actively look at it and like have live talking points instead of just like, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of our podcasts without that access to a screen, it's just like us kind of talk. We resort to us kind of talking about our day and our life. But when we had that screen, we can just research stuff, and that would be a talking point.
Yeah, we'll see how that would work.
Yeah. Yeah, people are tripping about, you know who Julian Casablancas is?
Yeah.
You hear any about this bullshit they're trying to spew at him?
No, who is he again?
He was the guy in the Strokes. He's the leader of the Strokes.
Yeah.
He like posted about, like, I mean, it is kind of like lame what he did, but people are also just like being even lamer about it. He like posted a whole like post about how he didn't vote, and that like that was his freedom of expression, and like, you know, that's more helpful than voting for someone, you know what I'm saying, and picking a side, you know, out of hatred.
It's not.
Well, it's not. That's exactly the thing. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's not helpful. It's not helpful. It's nothing.
Yeah. I mean.
So, but to post about it and be like, this is a sense of pride. That's where I would criticize him. Instead, people were like, oh, I'm so ashamed. It was just like, because the Strokes fans are like super like liberal New York people that have been like Democrats for 20 years.
Yeah.
So they were like just so hurt by the fact that he like. They see that and they're like, he's endorsing Trump. You might as well endorse Trump. It's like, nah, dude. He's just a douche. He's just being a douche. Yeah. Like, I didn't vote, but I'm not going around like, this is my freedom. This is my right. I don't vote. Instead, I just trick people into thinking it was a choice when really I know that I can't vote in California.
Why?
I still have an Indiana ID and I'm not even registered as a voter in California.
I think you could still get registered.
Don't tell anybody. I don't know. I mean, it's too late now, but
yeah, yeah. I mean, I honestly, I think about like being I mean, look, if you're super into it, sure, be vocal and try to voice, your opinion or what. But it's like, if you're just a random voter, like, I don't think being like, just voted for this person. It's like, that's great. I don't care.
I think pride in who you're voting for is lame as hell.
I mean,
I think politics are very manipulative. I think that that there's a heart in the core of the heart of politics. It's like mass manipulation.
Sure.
And it's genuinely all based off of how a person is perceived. It's not even. It's like zero. They're completely dehumanized, politicians, especially like people running for president. They're all completely dehumanized to basically be like that. That's why their campaign, they have to like go, Trump has to work at McDonald's or Kamala has to like go to a fucking soup kitchen or some shit. It's like they have to do their best to even look human because politicians for so long are put on a pedestal and dehumanized, where it's like, we're not even looking at who they are. It's just our perception of what we're given to believe that who they are. It's just all shit.
Yeah.
It's all a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's sure. I've never said that out loud other than right now to you, but that's how I always thought. It's just,
sure.
I think that's an obvious, it's like, it's a common sense and to a degree.
To a degree, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, look, yeah, I'm just not super into it.
Yeah.
If you are, whatever, but I don't think look, if you are into it, I think being prideful in who you vote for, go for it, whatever. But yeah, I think just on an individual level, I think I mean, I don't know. It's a very hot button issue right now, but
I mean, also every politician is owned by
Jagaloons.
well, there's yeah, sure.
That's the other part of it. But
if you want to go with that,
like literally, you know what I mean? Like there's documented, like it's open evidence, not even evidence, it's open information that like every major politician, including Trump, has gotten multi-million-dollar endorsements, donations from
Jagaloons.
which is
Jagaloons.
but yeah, it's just like whatever. I mean, it's like it's not even like that's not a secret. You know what I mean? Everyone's talking. That's the hip talk right now. You know what I mean? It's finally the hip talk. For the longest time, it was so unhip to say owned everything, but now
it's still not great.
It's the hip thing on the street now.
It's not.
With Israel,
I wouldn't say that. But
with Israel being targeted by blue hairs and non-binaries because it's what the liberal thing is to do because people post Palestinian flags on their Instagram to seem woke. It's the hip thing. It's hip.
Yeah.
Don't you know?
I guess not.
Don't you know? You didn't post a watermelon in solidarity with Palestine?
Watermelon?
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Why watermelon?
I think people get like shadow banned for posting Palestinian flags now.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
But why the watermelon?
Well, I think the question is why not Israeli flags? Because those are still flying around.
I mean, yeah. But why watermelon?
Because it's green, red, and black.
Oh.
Like the Palestinian flag.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Yeah. It's interesting stuff. I'm just an observer to all this, I
try not to pretty invested.
I'm not even nearly as invested as I seem inclined to be sometimes. But it's truly out of fear for what for what I may find out. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Voting doesn't matter.
It does.
Nah. Not really.
I mean, it does.
It matters if 15 million people vote.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the big point of it, yeah.
And out of those 15 million, it matters 1/15 millionth that a single person votes.
Yeah, that's something.
What's the percentage you think on 1/15? 1/15 millionth.
Yeah.
A 0.000000001% matter.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's riveting stuff.
Yeah.
We're really not gonna get a video from Lennon's, are we?
I don't think so.
This guy is really putting a damper on my mood. Dude, I'm excited about this McGee performance on SNL tonight. It's gonna be good.
You think so?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm wondering what songs he's gonna do. I think this is my prediction. We'll see next week if I'm right. My prediction is he's going to play Are You Looking Up? And he's going to play Candy. They play 2 or 3 songs.
Just 2.
I think he's gonna play Are You Looking Up? And he's gonna play the song Candy. Have you listened to that album at all?
Yeah.
It's a great album, right?
Yeah.
It's so good, dude. Have you listened to his other songs that have come out afterwards, like Rockman and?
I don't think so. It's been a minute since I've listened to the album.
Buddy, dude, those singles are both great, dude. It's so good.
Well, then he'd probably do those.
I don't think he will. They're just not. They're not SNL songs. You know what I mean? They're not like. They're not like things that allow him to show off his chops. Usually, artists will choose those songs first, to where it's like those songs where it's like, really the ability to perform.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'll be watching it tomorrow morning, probably.
Yeah,
excited.
I might try to catch it live, dude. I've been watching Fishtank so much past 2 days. Oh, dude,
I've been watching too much.
I've been watching them live.
Oh yeah, I have not.
Dude, I can't even believe I even didn't tell you about this. Have I told you what it is in like Famous House and like how they've been tricking them the whole time?
No.
So last time I talked to you, I don't even think I knew. I figured it out like maybe on day 11.
What day is it now?
I think it's 14 or 15.
So how many people have been eliminated?
4, and there's 2 freeloaders.
So there's 6 of them?
Maybe 6 or 8. I don't know. I think there's more than 6. I think there's maybe 10. I don't know. There's like 6 or 8. But so basically what happened was they tricked them that they were on a show called Famous House that was going to be on Hulu, and that was on Hulu. They tricked them. They even made like an interface Hulu video that played on loop. Like they tricked them all. For the first 2 weeks, that was the plan. They kept TTS off. They convinced them that TTS was actually an AI. It was the house's AI called Computer. So it wasn't real people. It was just like they had asked it questions. It was like an AI, like Alexa.
But it was TTS,
But it was TTS the whole time. And
so it was really people but they playing along with it.
Yeah, they were filtering out messages. If you sent anything that didn't play along with it, you were automatically filtered out and refunded.
Gotcha.
So they only allowed, there was very limited TTS because they didn't want people to be suspicious, and then they didn't do any sound effects or toys for the first like 10 days, 11 days. And on the 11th day, they're sitting there in the living room, and the fucking first TTS, the first sound effects goes off, and it's like loud drums, like it's like loud drums for like a solid minute and a half. Everybody's freaking out. Bert, it's just like a huge jacked gay black schizophrenic dude who like every time the TTS sound goes off, he like freaks out and like dances and like puts his hand and like he was like completely conspiracy theorist for like the first 2 weeks, just trying to figure out what was going on. He was like super sketched out.
He like knew that something was up.
Everyone knew something was weird, but no one really knew. There was other people who like didn't care. Like there's this girl Binks who is a streamer, and she like did not care at all.
Yeah.
Still doesn't care, and but they finally like they.
Do they know like they're now on Fishtank?
They know now, dude. Last night, so basically, Sam's been this guy, this douchebag guy who like wears scarves and brace bands. His name is Jeremy Goldstriker, and he's like, "What's up, guys? Ha ha ha! We're in the Famous House where you can get famous." He's like doing this whole thing. Like wears a vests and like fedoras with feathers in it and shit. It's like in this douchey reality show host.
Is it Jason's son? Who's he supposed to be?
No. He's just a different guy.
Just
Jeremy Goldstriker.
But a relative.
No relation.
No relation. Just a coincidence.
Yeah, and a completely different era of human being. But Jason is different. No, I mean like Jason is like supposed to be from a different time period.
Right.
But so last night, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Blue suit and all, Jason Goldstriker comes creeping out of the basement and tells one of the girls with no his hair is wacky again, like there's no hat on to see how wacky his hair. He's just like acting crazy, and he's like, "Hey, I forget the girl's name, Haley or something." He's like, "Hey, I'll give you 10 famous bucks if you find out what I did with Ted." And then like Ted is this kid they kicked off. And when they kicked people off, they just disappeared. He would literally they would disappear from the house. So these people were freaking out.
Wait, so like they like how would they get kicked off though? Like they would just find them on their own and be like, yeah, you gotta go.
So yeah, they would. I don't know what would happen, but how they got him alone. But basically, what happened was they caught Ted saying TTS. There weren't no one. You can't know what the show was. That's like that's how when they interviewed him. That's how they figured it out. Like no one knew what the show was.
Fishtank.
No one knows what Fishtank is. No one really knows who Sam was. They weren't supposed to, at least. And Ted called the computer like TTS on like the 6th day, when it was still completely AI.
Yeah.
No one said anything about it.
They kicked him out for that?
Yeah, and they kicked him out. And then another girl, Smack, one guy freaked out and he kicked him off. He got eliminated. And then Smack was this girl whose family found out what the show was and pulled her. Like 2 days ago. Yeah, like yesterday maybe. Yeah, and they pulled her. And then so it was like, yeah, like the midnight last night. It would be exactly 2 weeks in. Sam comes down and just starts as Goldstriker, dude.
Jason?
Yeah, and starts the rice count. You know how each season starts with the rice count? Yeah, he starts with the rice count, dude, and he's just like chucking rice. It's just like just destroying shit. He's like, some of the rice pile, he's like perfectly pouring some. He's like just chucking some at the wall.
Did he do the same bit where he's like, wasn't supposed to be racial, but...
Nah.
No? That's how the first one is. He's like, what I want you to do is separate the basmati white rice from the other brown rice. And I promise you this wasn't meant to be a racial thing.
No, he doesn't do that. He just is unleashing. He breaks the TV too. The TV they're showing them the Famous House thumbnail with. He kicks that in front of... It's the first time he breaks shit. He's a different person. The Jeremy is like this douchebag guy. They're all like kind of like, this guy's fucking gay. Like even with the gay dude is even like production is like kind of gay, like with the band, like with the scarves. And he's like calling Jeremy gay. And then he just comes out as Jason with the torn up blue suit and just starts fucking shit up.
That's great.
And then he lets people do their own thing. And then he comes back in. He's like, you're not on Hulu, this and this and this and this and this. And then he's like, you're actually on a show. It's like Famous Neighborhood. And there's 4 houses. And Smack and Ted found out a key. And they moved on to the next house, which is a $250,000 prize. But it's just bullshitting.
Yeah.
And then lets them freak out for an hour. And then comes back down an hour later. And he's like, all right, so who thinks we're in a show called Famous Neighborhood? And they all like raise their hand and he starts laughing at their face. He like spits popcorn out. He like brings a bag of popcorn up and just like spitting it out, laughing. And he's like, I don't even want this. He spits into the popcorn bag. And then he's like, all right, no. So basically, he tells them all it's Fishtank. Tells them computer is TTS. There's been 10 to 20,000 people watching 24/7 for the past 2 weeks. The girls start freaking out, dude. The girls are freaking out because they realize they've been being watched in their sleep for like 2 weeks.
They didn't know that
it was in the contract. They just didn't read the contract.
Yeah.
No one read the contract. That's the whole point. That's what he did. Like,
yeah.
He told him it was not. He told him the cameras in the house were to record stuff for the show. It wasn't like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so yeah, people who have been talking to them and all this crazy stuff, and
jeez,
it's wild.
That's crazy.
And the girls were freaking out, and then he just a mastermind. He just gave them time, and then they unleashed TTS, and then TTS was able to be like, Binks, we love you, or Peyton, we love you, or Alexis, we love you, and then start singing them plushies, and it's like, you know. Before you know it, everyone's like, actually, this is pretty great.
Yeah. That's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah, so I haven't watched it all today, but I wonder what today's been like.
Yeah, I might have to check that out. I want to get through this first season, and then, I mean, yeah, I guess I'll have to watch some of that if they don't start releasing more of season 2.
The only time it's really worth watching is like in between like 5 to 7 our time. Because that's like, I think it's on the East Coast, so it's like... It's like nighttime. It's like 7 to 10 their time or whatever. So that's when Jason pulls up and goes ham.
Yeah, I'll have to check some out.
Yeah.
We got a little update.
We do? Oh, okay, nice. Let's see what's going on. Oh.
Do you want Mike and Ike's?
You want Mike and Ike's?
You want some Mike and Ike's?
Huzzah.
As the great Dustin Hoffman would say, I'm walking here. I'm in New York City with my mom, little brother, got Jenna with me. Going to see Mr. David Gilmour tomorrow. It's a madhouse out here, boys. They legalized weed in New York. It is the pungent aroma of marijuana fills the air no matter where I'm at. No Ice Spice sightings, even though we've been in Brooklyn and the Bronx. But other than that, we're just hanging out. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys have some crazy New York stories. We don't have any yet, but keep you guys posted.
You know, I don't. He loves to lick his lips. I don't have any crazy New York stories, but I will say the time I visited New York was right when Section 80 by Kendrick Lamar came out. So like I listened to that album the whole time I was walking around New York in Times Square, like on the train, and it was like my first time doing like real public transportation.
Yeah.
And I just can't even listen to that album. And I love New York. It's like my favorite city.
Yeah, it's the best.
Well, favorite city I've been to, and it's just like I can't even listen to that album without remembering that trip. It's like the craziest direct core, like the directly connected nostalgia.
Yeah.
I think I have, other than like maybe playing Fallout New Vegas in the wintertime, which I found out, or playing Fallout in general in the wintertime is like I don't know what the word for it is, but it's like a common thing that like everybody realizes is like the best. It's a very common phenomenon. I don't even know if
playing Fallout in the winter.
Yeah, like locking in just when it's cozy, and just like turning the lights off, maybe dimming the lights, and like just locking in on some Fallout. It's like I always did it personally because that's like when I got games. It's Christmas time.
Sure.
And I had winter break, so I had endless time to play games. But I've heard other people talk about this week I heard other people talk about how like one of the best fun things to do, or what they thought of was fun, was just and by people I mean Sam Hyde and Jet, because they do a stream where they just talk to people. You've probably seen clips where they just talk to people. Yeah. And he's like, they're like, what do you do for fun? He's like, what's fun to me is just on a cozy day staying inside and playing some Fallout 3. And I was like, yeah, I get that. It's awesome.
I mean,
it's
I
so
think,
fun.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of people's like best thing on like a rainy day, or like
There's something about coldness and like the coziness. You know, like remember my parents' basement when my mom would put the tree up and there's like 1,300 fuzzy blankets all around, and it's dimly lit. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's perfect atmosphere.
Yeah. I mean, like that, or like, I mean, obviously we like video games, but like even just like a movie, or like just, you know, getting nice and cozy.
Yeah, it's the RPG element of it though. It's like
well, yeah, you can like
locking
just
into
spend hours doing it.
Yeah, truly locking into a virtual reality. It's so fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. It's it's a virtual reality.
A little bit.
Anyways, we should probably get into my pitches, or our pitches, because my pitch is going to take a second.
Yeah, let's do that.
Or it might.
I went first
go
last
week.
Yeah.
All right.
For this week came to me as I was going to pick up lunch one day. Yeah, pick up lunch one day. I was driving by a building I drive by quite frequently when I'm working, and it's always just a bit ominous. I've always just thought about it. I want to storm the bases, but, you know, I don't think I'd ever come out. So this is, I guess, like a comedy, maybe? Like a bit of like a action-adventure comedy sort of thing. So Cindy, the owner of a cafe across the street from the headquarters of the world's largest cult, decides to take down the organization.
Cindy.
Yeah, sure. Could be any name. I don't know.
So wait, say that one more time.
Cindy.
Okay.
The owner of a cafe that's across the street from the headquarters of the world's largest cult decides to take down the organization.
Oh, okay.
So every time I drive a certain way towards like east side, like Los Feliz or like more into Hollywood, I always pass the Scientology headquarters. And this time I always like look at the building. And this time I was like looking across the street and there's just like a little coffee shop. I was like, could you imagine being this coffee shop just right across the street from the Scientology building?
You're probably
so every time you look out the window, it just says Scientology.
Be kind of nice.
I'm sure you see a lot of them. I don't know if it'd be that nice.
You ever seen the Scientology building in Chicago?
Try to get recruited a lot. No.
I think it's in Chicago. It's like really big. It's like almost, I think it's on the river. I think it's in Chicago.
I don't think so.
Maybe I just have this weird imagination of this building. I don't know. I have to look it up after this, but it might be a Church of Science. But yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So I'm
Why
thinking,
does she want to take it down so bad? What's her purpose?
I was thinking like she's like started this cafe with like a family member or like a friend, and then they get recruited, and she's like, no. Like she's probably been like upset about like with them the whole like for a while now.
Yeah.
Probably having to deal with them on a daily basis. They suck. Scientologists are the worst.
Probably don't tip.
No, they don't have any money to tip. It goes straight to this fucking Scientologist.
Yeah.
And so yeah, she just decides to try to take it down.
Okay, just because they don't tip, I like that.
Yeah, well, the whole recruiting a loved one, but you know, yeah, don't tipping is tip. People got to tip.
Yeah, tip.
Got to tip. Not like the new form of tipping where it's like you get tipped for
taking an order at the cash register.
Don't tip then.
Yeah, I don't believe in that either, unless they're.
But if they do something, tip them.
They're a cute girl and they give me a wink.
Don't wink at me.
No. Did I wink? Yeah, that's pretty nice. I really like it.
It's called Evil Brew.
Evil Brew.
Yeah.
Nice. Sticking with the coffee shop theme. I dig it. All right. Let me get in mine. What time are we at, by the way?
We're like 45.
All right. Yeah. We'll get into mine. All right. So I'm winging it. I didn't write anything down. But basically, it's it'd be a biopic on the. Shit. Let me double check what it's called. It'd be a biopic about the evidence found or the evidence brought forth in the book Who Killed Kurt. You know a book Who Killed Kurt Cobain?
No.
It basically describes the theory that Kurt actually was shot after he was already forced to do heroin and overdosed on heroin first, and then he was killed by two guys, two of which they never got caught. But they're supposed to be friends of Kurt's, and so it's
what's the theory about why they would do that?
I've read it before, but I was gonna get into it kind of now because I kind of forget it. But the most fucked up thing is so I would say this: the movie is called it's from their perspective. It starts from their perspective. So Kurt's not like the main character, but the book is called the movie would be called Mark and Dylan's Big Plan. It's their name. It's Mark Lanigan and Dylan Carlson. And they were actually friends with Kurt.
It's a pretty fun title for what it's about.
Well, yeah, because there'd be a hint of like dumbassness, but it'd also be like a thriller. Like they don't seem like smart guys. So like
I wouldn't have, I mean, I don't obviously know their motivation right now, but it seems pretty retarded. Yeah,
so the book explores the theory that Kurt Cobain's wife, Courtney Love, had been involved in his death, and that this is like the main reason people associate Courtney with his suicide.
They think she hired them?
Yeah. Because after his death, Courtney used a lot of his money like to fund those guys' rehab and like try to save their lives because they were both drug addicts as well. But it was basically just to get money from him. They were trying to just rob Kurt. That's kind of like the main thing, I think. But had been involved in his death and that he died of a heroin overdose before being shot, contrary to the official police report that he died from a self-inflicted gun wound. The authors present evidence from Tom Grant, who was the private detective initially hired by Love. This guy, that's all true, is the stuff he found and that they didn't put in the cop case. There's a lot of evidence that shows that the Seattle police hid shit. And they were just basically being lazy because they didn't really like Kurt, I guess. But I don't know. But Tom Grant, who was the private detective initially hired by Love to monitor Cobain, as well as a man named El Deuce.
El Deuce.
Who later claimed that he was offered $50,000 to kill Cobain and allegedly passed a lie detector test in this statement that was carried out by the world's top polygraphist. Crazy. He didn't lie about it.
Huh?
The world's top polygraphist.
Yeah.
Yeah, gave him a lie detector test, and he was dead serious, 100% true. He had been offered $50,000 to kill Kurt.
El Deuce?
El Deuce.
Who is he in this? He's just
a guy who helped.
Just claimed that he was hired or offered.
Yeah. Yep. I think he was also, I don't know, somehow affiliated. The second edition of the book, released in 2000, also details how Love tried to stop the book from being released, as well as trying to stop the 1998 documentary Kurt and Courtney from being released, which also explores the possibility that Cobain's death was a murder, not a suicide.
So they think like he accidentally overdosed, or that they were part of the overdose?
No,
as well?
they think that they forced him to overdose. I think. I've read into it for like a whole night and just completely don't remember. But let me see. Let's see the link in the interview. Here have I separated them? I had to make a calculation. So I'm reading about it. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to take too long to just read this and then regurgitate it. But
yeah,
point being, I'd look into it. Yeah. Those two guys are basically, I would be willing to believe that those two guys just did heroin with Kurt and then killed him so they could rob him because they were drug addicts. When I start to where I get confused is I genuinely think Courtney probably was ignorant
on something.
No, I think she was just ignorant to it, and I think that's why she funded their shit. But I don't know. Maybe she was affiliated with it too, or I don't know where that path crossed. I don't know where they say. I think it was insurance money, is what I just read quickly. I don't know if I was just breezing past someone's comment, but they basically were just like, yeah, maybe she knew Kurt was gonna die, and so it's just insurance money if he kills him. I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of evidence towards the fact that these two dudes were actually the ones
involved
who
somehow.
Killed Kurt, shot him with a shotgun. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know like there was always like people were like, yeah, I mean, it's very hard to kill yourself with a shotgun.
Oh yeah. Also, when you're like have an amount of heroin in your body that would kill someone.
That too.
I always thought it was funny because when the way they describe it, the way that the police described it, what they said was he left rehab, he hopped over the fence at rehab, and then he flew home, he shot up, and then he drank a root beer, which is funny to me because opiates in general make you crave sweets, and like drinks too. Like you're really thirsty when you do opiates. Like it's like a big thing with heroin addicts. And perk addicts too. Like you are really thirsty and you love sweets. You have a really big sweet tooth. But I just think it's funny that he just like, I always laughed about it with one of my brothers. Just like, just crushed a root beer. Just shot up a lethal amount of heroin, crushed a root beer and blew his fucking brains out with a shotgun.
You could always crush a root beer.
Seriously, but after shooting up, after getting out of rehab, it's probably like the best root beer you could probably ever have.
Yeah.
The tastiest root beer. Most pure.
It has to be, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what the brand was.
Yeah, it's probably some good shit. But yeah, that's Mark and Dylan's big plan.
I hope Mug.
Mug? Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe it was something nice, maybe it was like a sarsaparilla or something. You don't like sarsaparilla?
Not as much as just straight root beer.
Oh, buddy, dude, sarsaparilla hits different.
I mean, there's nothing better than an A&W straight from the actual A&W.
What's that root beer with the yellow label? And it has like the pop cap, damn near.
Yellow label with a pop cap.
It's like shaped like a barrel, I think.
Oh. Is that like Lundberg's?
Bundaberg.
Yeah.
Bundaberg. That shit's so good, dude.
Yeah.
Bundaberg's fire. All right. I'd say that just about does it.
Yeah.
I think I Babies and Gentlemen out last time.
Yeah, I think so. If you stuck around this long, you're a real trooper. I hope to see you again. I mean, well, you see me and us again, but I think that's about does it for today. And baby, we've gone again. I guess it's go time.